Hey everybody, I'm Brandon72Mo. Welcome to the final part of my fourth update to my 128 car, $76 million garage tour. If you want to see your own garages featured on my channel, send a tweet at Brandon72Mo with the hashtag garage tour. Today, we'll be looking at the final 11 vehicles that are worth $9.6 million, bringing the total in this three-part update to 34 vehicles that are worth over $13 million. If you enjoy this video, please drop a like and get subscribed. Now, let's get to the cars. Up first is the LCC Avarice. Liberty City Cycles, or LCC, has some of the best looking bikes in the game, at least in my opinion. This was the first bike that I picked up when the Bikers DLC released, and it was also the first Bikers vehicle video that I featured on my channel. I really dig the naked chopper design, though its name doesn't really match up with its price. Avarice is a Latin word for a greedy or miserly person who hoards wealth and spends as little money as possible. Yet, this bike costs 116 grand. Sure, that's not the most expensive bike, but it's not cheap. But whatever. The Avarice makes a great noise, it can drift around a corner, and it looks really great. Up next is the Western Wolfsbane. Out of all the bikes that I've customized, I think the Wolfsbane turned out the best. With all the chrome and the bright paint, this bike sparkles like a gem. Even in the dimly lit MC Clubhouse garage, this bike really stands out from all the others. In the last garage tour update video, I mentioned that the Rat bike and the Wolfsbane are essentially the same bike, and it's true. They have the same basic shape and essentially the exact same performance. The difference for me comes down to the appearance. The Rat bike had some character, but it just cannot compare to the sheer beauty of the Wolfsbane. The third vehicle is the Western Zombie Chopper. We already took a look at my Zombie Bobber, so it's easy to see that I went with an entirely different design for the chopper. This one has a snakeskin inspired paint job, so I went with Fang style wheels to match. With all of the chrome and the unique paint color, this turned into one nice looking bike. In terms of performance, it's pretty much dead even with the Zombie Bobber, which is to say, it's not all that quick. It really lacks top speed and quartering, but at least it looks good while it slowly makes its way down the road. The Yoga Classic is number 4 in this update to my $76 million garage tour. Okay, so imagine a dude from the 70s who fancies himself a player. You know the guy. He has the porn stash, the Jufro hairdo all slicked down, his shirt halfway unbuttoned to reveal several fake gold necklaces ripping at his chest hair, and pants that are just way too tight. That wannabe swinger is the guy that I had in mind when I designed this van. I wanted to get a custom plate for it that reads Shag Wagon, but the iFruit app apparently has shag among its blacklisted words. Oh well, this van, despite being inspired by a loathsome person, looks incredible. Up next is the Pegasi Esky. I'm not sure this bike knows what it wants to be. It's clearly a retro scrambler, yet it's fitted with street tires? I guess off-road tires wouldn't make for a comfortable ride on the streets. Yet, the Esky rides and sounds like a dirt bike, but it can't be used in off-road races, so I guess we don't need those dirt treads anyway. The tires don't really matter though, because the Esky handles really well off-road with great traction, very little loss of speed, and a lot of suspension travel to soak up even the biggest bumps and jumps. Before we move on to the next 6 vehicles in this update video, I want to remind you that you can have your own garages featured on my channel by sending a tweet at Brandon72Mo and including the hashtag garage tour. I'm an absolute gearhead, so I love looking at and talking about cars. If you enjoy cars as much as I do, I'd love to feature your garages. Also, keep an eye out for an upcoming video in this series featuring all of my Pegasus vehicles, as well as further updates to my garages as I get new cars. If you want to see all those vehicles, keep those likes coming. Number 6 is the Nagasaki Tornado Rat Rod. Okay, so how many versions of the Tornado exist in GTA Online? Let's see, we have the clean and rusty versions in hardtop form, the drop top, the mariachi, and the Tornado Custom. Now we have a 6th variant created in some guy's backyard. Though I think it's safe to say that this one deviates quite a bit from the others, using an obviously different, longer frame to make room for that massive engine. I like the look of the Rat Rod a lot, especially since it appears to be hacked together from whatever parts were just lying about. Without a doubt, my Crazy Taxi inspired Tornado Rat Rod is my favorite of all the tornadoes in the game. Next up is the Pegasi Vortex. This bike is excellent. While it's only the 7th fastest bike in GTA Online, it's still incredibly quick. It also has a ton of customization options that allow you to create something uniquely your own. I especially like the It's Lit option for the engine block upgrades that uses your secondary paint color to add a glow to the engine. And even though I went with a different design, this is the bike that has that wicked alien face headlight shroud that can also glow with your secondary paint color. This cafe racer is one of my favorite bikes when I need to get someplace in a hurry. Our next vehicle is the Impante Nightshade. Originally released almost a year ago with executives and other criminals, the Nightshade is a car that I've admired for a long time, yet never had the space for in my garages. Since the MC Clubhouse garage freed up some space, I was finally able to get a Nightshade. I haven't quite yet found the right yellow for this car, which means I'll probably eventually have to play around with custom crew colors just to get what I'm looking for. Still, this muscle car looks great, and thanks to excellent traction, it's a lot of fun to drive. Sure, it's nowhere near as quick as some of the other muscle cars, but then again, not every muscle car looks as incredible as the Nightshade. Number 9 is the Shih Tzu Hakuchu Drag. When I first saw the price of this bike, I thought I was hallucinating. It costs just shy of $1 million, and that's before you apply upgrades. But when I rode it, I understood. It was so much better than any other bike in the game by a long shot. This bike has lightning quick acceleration, blistering top speed, and brakes so powerful that it comes to a stop almost instantly. The only downside is that you have to plan out your cornering. It'll carve up a corner, but due to its length, it can be a bit tricky to master. Given that it's half the price of the fastest bike in the game and only 1/10 of a second slower, the Hakuchu Drag is a must-have for racing. Number 10 for this update is the LCC Sanctus. I think it's a bit funny that Sanctus comes from the Latin word that literally means holy. Maybe Rockstar was going for holy hell for this Halloween-inspired entry. It has demonic eyes, a skeleton body, and spider webs galore. I felt that the web effect was a bit overdone on the stock Sanctus, so I went with standard mudguards for mine. The huge downsides to this bike are its price and its performance. At nearly $2 million, this and the next bike that we'll look at were priced clearly just to sell shark cards. Its performance is pretty poor since it suffers from low acceleration and traction, but it's still pretty damn cool with its unique looks and exhaust flames. Plus, it looks great sitting next to the 2 Halloween-inspired cars from 2015. And finally, number 11 is the Nagasaki Shotaro, known to many GTA Online players as the Tron bike. This bike is an obvious cash grab designed solely to make you open your wallet and buy a shark card. At double the price of the Hakuchu Drag, it should have face-melting performance, but it doesn't. It doesn't have the quickest acceleration or the highest top speed. The only reason it's 1/10 of a second faster around the track is because it can corner like it's riding on rails. Sure, the light effects are cool, but to me they feel a little bit gimmicky and make the bike feel like it doesn't really fit in with the rest of the vehicles in GTA Online. Honestly, I doubt that I'll hold on to my Shotaro for very long. I could put that money to better uses. So there you go. 11 vehicles worth $9.6 million in the final part of my update to my 128 car, $76 million garage tour. As I promised in the first video in this update series, you're now looking at all of my garages. My garages undergo major reorganization with each DLC, so I thought it'd be nice to give you a glimpse of my entire collection. Of course, this is all about to change again with the upcoming Import-Export DLC. Remember to drop a like if you enjoyed this video and this series. And don't forget to look for new GTA Online Garage Tour videos as I get new cars, as well as a special video that will feature my Pegasus vehicles. Don't forget that you can have your garage featured in a video on my channel by simply sending a tweet at Brandon72Mo and including the hashtag Garage Tour. You can also check out all of the videos in my Garage Tour playlist. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to follow me on social media. And come hang out with us on the Vainglorious forums and the Vainglorious Discord server. All of those links are in the description down below. I'm Brandon72Mo, and I'll see you in the next video.